member who had business back in town, they couldn't go no further without the Jack of Hearts. So we're back to the boys. We heard about the boys in the very beginning, right? We heard that the boys were planning something, and they were planning a fall, and we said fall is not the season. We maybe need somebody's downfall to bring a rich, famous person crashing down, or maybe a windfall, which means get some money coming in suddenly. Quick money, make a killing. We learned today, remember? They want to make a killing. All right? This is what they were planning. Now we hear down here, finally, they made it through the wall. Back to the wall. Fourth time we've heard about the wall. Always the drilling in the wall. And then we heard that maybe there's a hole in the wall that's been covered and painted. And now we heard that the boys made it through. They made it through the wall, the drilling. They made it through. And what did they do? They cleaned out the bank safe. It said they got off with quite a haul. So what did the boys do? They robbed the bank. Now we know the boys are bank robbers. Okay? They're bank robbers. They got off with quite a haul means a lot of money. A big haul, quite a haul means a lot. Whose money? Who will have a lot of money in the bank in this town? Jim. He's the richest guy. He's not going to keep all his cash at home, right? So we have to think a lot of this money is Jim's money. And the boys have stolen it now. They cleaned out the bank safe. They took everything. All the money is gone. Right? So we need to ask now, we know how did they get into the bank? Well, they drilled through the wall. Right? Slowly, just drilling through the wall, and then through the next wall, the next building, because it's 2 doors down. There's a good beat. So they drilled through one wall, and then through another wall, and then they ended up in the bank, and they opened the safe, and they took all the money. So they ended up in the bank. Where did they start? You got to start drilling somewhere. Where do you think they started? The dressing room. Maybe this is why Lily says, don't touch the wall, it's wet paint on the wall. Looks like she's hiding something, and maybe she's hiding a hole. Maybe it looks to me like that's where the boys started. Now, if you got guys, bank robbers, in your dressing room drilling a hole, do you know this? Do you notice this? Of course you notice this. You know. Lily knew. I think Lily knew. And do you think Lily was helping them? She knew for sure. You can't hide. This guy's drilling in your dressing room. Of course you noticed. So Lily knew they were drilling a hole. Do you think Lily was working with them to rob the bank? Someone nodding yes. Okay, so what's Lily's job? Cover. Okay, to cover it, sure. What else do you think Lily's job is? You want to steal Jim's money. Jim's not stupid. Jim's a careful guy. Jim thinks about money a lot, watches his money. What do you think Lily's job is? Seduce Jim. Someone said seduce Jim. Distract Jim. Take Jim's mind off the money. We don't want Jim asking questions. Who's drilling over there? Or what's going on with my money? Or what? Jim's a smart guy. Not easy to rob this guy. Maybe Lily's job, remember, she's this beautiful young girl. Right? She's this princess looking and so charming, and that smile, and she's gorgeous, and she knows it. You think she wants to be with this nasty old man? He's rich, yeah, but he's married, and he's not nice, right? He's this bad man. He's a destructive man. He's a show-off. There's lots to not like. You have to wonder, why would Lily be with Jim? The money. But maybe the ring is not enough. Maybe she wants all the money. So maybe Lily's job is to keep Jim busy, right? Distract him. He's not paying attention. He's got this beautiful young girl who's with him. It's not because she wants to be. It's because she's doing her job. Keep Jim busy. Keep Jim away from the bank. Keep Jim from asking questions. Maybe this, right? Because she's got to know about it. Where are we? We're down here, right? So Lily, we'll put a question here. Did they start drilling in Lily's dressing room? I think they did, just because she's got that wet paint on the wall. It looks bad. We don't know for sure, but if we're police, it looks kind of bad for Lily, right? Hiding the dress, we got to think about that a little bit. All right, we'll just make a note here too. It's a lot of Jim's money in that bank. Okay, so the boys are robbers. Lily probably helping. Put that here. Is Lily's role to seduce and distract Jim? It could be. We'll give him a capital, even though we don't like him. Okay. Vocabulary time. I hope this is safe. No. I want this. Okay, maybe her job is to seduce Jim. Maybe her job, as I said, is to distract Jim. Keep Jim busy. Keep Jim occupied so he's not asking questions, not looking around, not watching his money. Maybe. Maybe. All right. Now, the boys got the money. They cleaned out the safe. They got the money, all Jim's money. But they're waiting. They're hiding in the dark by the river, and they're waiting for one more member who's still not finished, still got business in town. They can't go further without Jack. They're waiting for Jack. What does this tell us about Jack? He's a member. So, working together? Yeah. But they can't leave without him. What does this tell us? He's the boss. He's got to be the boss. Because if he's not the boss, we just leave. We're bank robbers. We don't care. You know what I mean? We got the money, and there's one person not here. Well, forget him. You know, forget him. Let's just go. It's more money for us. Let's go. We'll take this money and spend this money. But no, they're not going to leave. They can't leave without Jack. So Jack is the boss. And they can't leave without, maybe they're afraid, right? If they're not afraid of this guy, they could leave, just take the money. So Jack must be the boss. So Jack working with the boys, and it looks like Lily is working with the boys too. So it looks like Jack, Lily, and the boys are all working together. What's their goal? Get Jim's money. Get Jim's money. Looks this way. Again, don't know for sure, but I think a lot of these clues that Bob Dylan puts in the song can lead us here. You might have a different take on it. I think it would be hard to argue that Jack's not the boss, though. It really looks this way from this part. This part we're not as sure about, but I think it looks bad for Lily. If I was the police or the prosecuting attorney here, that looks bad. Ask questions. Why does she want to be with this old guy? No. She could have anyone. Lily could have anyone. She could have all kinds of affairs, right? All kinds of men. She could have anyone. Why this old guy? He's rich. But again, maybe he's so rich that it's not enough. The ring is just the start, right? There's a lot more money in that bank. And you might think, well, why? She doesn't want to be with this nasty old man, but she'll do whatever she has to do. She doesn't care. Yeah, Jim's terrible. Bad guy, you know, whatever. But she'll do it to get what she wants, and she wants money. Maybe. We're going to stop there, and we're going to finish this song next week. There's one more crime. We've only had one crime, just the bank robbery. There's one more. We'll talk about it next week, okay? That's it. Shaka. Have a nice weekend. Drive safely.